morning, I'm Justin Quesinberry. Here's your Spectrum News in 90. The UNC Tar Heels look to end their season with a championship tonight after beating Duke in a historic game over the weekend. The Tar Heels will face the Kansas Jayhawks in the national title game tonight. UNC hopes to come home from New Orleans with the school's 7th NCAA championship. Students in Chapel Hill Carborough schools are back from spring break today, and they no longer have to wear masks in the classroom. District leaders say while masks are no longer required, they are still recommended. The district stopped requiring masks outdoors last month. Crews in Cumberland County say the large forest fire that burned there for a week is now under control. The North Carolina Forest Service says the fire scorched about 850 acres near the Beaver Dam community. Dozens of volunteers were out yesterday working to keep it contained. The cause of the fire remains under investigation. All right, this concludes your weekend. It's time to start a brand new week. Here we are. It's Monday, the 11th day of October. I'm Justin Quesinberry. Yes, we are up and Adam ready to tackle the day.
Are we?
I figure if I just say it, maybe it'll happen. And if my reports are correct here, it is Friday.
Finally Friday.
There are so many things to experience in this life.
Yes.
But then there are some things I'm okay not experiencing.
Yes.
Today in Bismarck, North Dakota, that would be one of them.
It's currently 16 below zero there.
We have been listening right there to the White House COVID-19 response team deliver an update on the fight against the virus. I thought it was an interesting question, that last question. What does it mean now to be fully vaccinated? Because now so many more people are eligible for these booster shots.
Absolutely.
Breaking news right now from the Supreme Court of the United States. In a majority decision, the justices ruled to overturn the 1973 Roe v. Wade decision. You've been listening to an update on yesterday's shooting at Winston-Salem's Mount Tabor High School that killed one student. Jim O'Neill, the Forsyth County District Attorney, spoke and said the case is still in the investigative stage. He said he could not speak on the facts of the case. Sheriff Bobby Kimbrough said he's cried with the victim's mother. She wanted him to say her son's name. Her son was 15 years old, William Chavis Raynard Miller, Jr. Sheriff Kimbrough said she wanted him to tell mothers out there to love on their babies, that was the quote, and to tell mothers to tell their babies to put their guns down. It was powerful to watch them there in the courtroom. I saw some of them wiping tears away, shaking their heads, leaning on one another. It was no doubt tough for them to hear all of that recounted as the state outlined what happened that day and where they say crews went throughout the school. And we heard the names of those victims yet again. And as you mentioned, Caroline, we heard from Cruz himself. We want to play that for you right now. 11:36 right now. We have been listening in as Pentagon officials talked about the 13 U.S. service members killed in Afghanistan after an attack outside the airport in Kabul. We want to show you some video, but we'll warn you that some of the images you're about to see could be disturbing. At this point, the Pentagon is not breaking down how many of the 13 U.S. service members killed are Marines or are from other branches of the military. Live right now at 11:47 on Spectrum News 1. Amazon founder Jeff Bezos is about to speak following his suborbital flight on the Blue Origin space tourism rocket New Shepard. Now, if you missed it, 3 others joined him. His brother Mark, 82-year-old aviation pioneer Wally Funk, and 18-year-old student Oliver Damon. Now, Funk became the oldest person in space, Damon the youngest. They're all back safely on the ground after about a 10.5-minute trip. Let's listen into what they have to say. Joining us now to help get a closer look at the impacts of COVID-19 on high school sports across our state, Spectrum News sports anchor J.B. Ricks. Glad you could be up early with us this morning here. Let's dive right in. We heard in that piece there about the impact of COVID-19, the pandemic, on high school football. We hear a lot about football, but obviously it's impacting other sports as well, right?
Yeah. And y'all have a update regarding Johnston County?
Yeah, we've received some information from Johnston County Schools. We've learned that buses will stay parked this morning until it's safe for them to move. It's a large flower and it only blooms a couple of days, but you wait years to get to that point.
Yeah, and you can see some folks very excited about it. They explained this as smelling like rotten flesh. I don't know if I'd be getting that close to it, but maybe you have to be super close to experience it.
Maybe. Neither one of us have gone to go see that in person or smell that.
Right.
in person. But it has been interesting to watch this live feed now that people are able to go there. They have reserved times, and from our understanding, it's booked up currently. We've been playing since 5:41.
We have.
I've gotten one question right. You've gotten probably two, right?
2, that's it.
Justin, 1 in the last 2 weeks, is that right?
What's the
True
question, Lee?
statement.
Let's just get
True
to the
statement.
question.
True statement.
Let's not dwell on the statistics.
You're
Styles was out on the golf course with Carolina Hurricanes player Sebastian Aho and Martin Necas. The team's official Twitter account even changed its name to the Carolina Hurricanes. Yeah. This isn't Styles' first brush with Tar Heel culture. He also has a popular song called Carolina. Well, if you're like me and you missed your opportunity to go golfing with Harry Styles yesterday, not something I thought I'd say today. Maybe you can hit the links today, Lee.
Or Hurricanes.
Or the Hurricanes.
Yes.
Thank you. I had the good fortune of meeting her in 2007 for a story. She was nice enough to do an interview with me. There you
look at
see us at
that.
the Snappy Lunch there at Mount Airy. And, as we were interviewing her, a number of people came up to her wanting to take pictures and get autographs. You see, she's signing an autograph there on someone's back. But she was just so nice.
Right.
And as you mentioned, someone who was always happy to meet with people. You could tell that it really meant a lot to her that people
Right.
loved her so much. The Andy Griffith Show means so much to so many people.
Right.
And she was right there in the heart of it in Mount Airy. After the break, we're going to be talking about this. This is not a Frisbee. It's not a Frisbee. It's a disc. We're talking about disc golf. Producer Dave let me borrow this. It is one of the fastest growing sports in North Carolina and in the country. We catch up with one player to find out what makes it so popular. And this is a live look right now in downtown Clayton. Producer Dave says there's a nice disc golf course out there at East Clayton Park. So maybe on a nicer day, you can go check that out. I am going to literally toss to break right now. Sarah, I hope I don't hit you in the face. All right, there we go. We'll be right back.